Hi YouTube, hopefully this is my first and last crappy video to post. I will share more of my story, why I started a channel and why I'm posting after years and years of talking more publicly about what I do, my story, all these points of connections with other humans around, and why that might be useful to other people. But anyway, why this is my first and hopefully last crappy video is because I'm just recording on my phone. And when I was talking with my husband about this, and I was telling him all my sort of insecurities and do I want to do this, what does this mean, I told him about a story of another recent YouTuber who obviously has a very big story to tell and following and all of that, but she was sort of saying things, expressing things that felt similar to me as far as like, how do I create content? Does anybody give a crap? Like, I don't know. This was Relatable Reese and Erin Smith-Levin. Erin Smith-Levin was encouraging her to share her story on YouTube and telling her about the microphone. And I don't want to give false credit. I'm sorry, my brain's being fuzzy, but I can't remember if it was Reese's husband or Erin purchased the microphone for her. And I just loved that story and how it just showed up on the door. Anyway, so I was sharing my feelings about things with my husband and how I could relate to Relatable Reese. Anyway, and how I thought it was so touching how she opens her door and there's a microphone. And now she's been posting content. I've been recently checking it out as much as being employed, you know, chronically busy, broken, and having 3 small children will allow. But I've really enjoyed her story, her just being herself. I think that, you know, we don't all have to be everybody's cup of tea, but when you find somebody that you enjoy hearing what they have to say, that's a gift. So anyway, I'm having this conversation with my husband, and then I kind of deep sigh, and he goes, few days there'll be a tripod ring microphone system arriving on our door. So my husband went and just said, there you go, say your things. So I'm going to just show you that box. And you know, I was telling him, I know not, like, I married IT for a reason. I have no, like, I get incredibly overwhelmed. When I was a kid, at one point I asked for a typewriter for Christmas. I got one. It was really cool. This is like in the early 90s. I got a typewriter for Christmas. I've always been a bit more retro than I care to admit. Anyway, so this is my first crappy video. I'm talking to you on my crappy phone. I've obviously done a shit job of removing makeup and, you know, not wearing a bra. Is that TMI? Hey. Anyway, I'm able to do this, and it's so quiet here because my children are at a birthday party. So it's freakishly quiet here. My dog is not even interested in what I have to say. Anyway, this is a crappy background. You can see like where we stopped a reno. Our whole house is like a stop-start reno project. Maybe I will give you a less distracting, crappy background at some point. That might be on my list. But anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around now so you can take a peek at what has come in the mail. I'm unboxing it. I don't really actually know. All right, so here we are with trying to work the camera. So, oh yeah, Halloween haunted houses, as you do. But It's got a selfie ring light. I thought I'd be one of those gals that orders a selfie ring light. No judgment. I just like, you know, I barely take a selfie. I don't know. I just feel a hot mess all the time, but I decided that can't be something that I don't want to use a fear or something like that to stop me from doing something important. Sorry if that plastic made it hard to hear. Just realized that. All right, so with me, oh, see, I have a big old tattoo of my diagnoses and disabilities. I'll talk to you about that at some point. That's actually new in the past. Well, I got diagnosed. I started having symptoms after my 8-year-old was born, but I got diagnosed a couple of years ago. So anyway, look, tripod. So what was my point about my diagnosis? That was, I have to have things that are easy for me to operate. And I don't mean just technical, but just physically. Like, I'm all about learning about how to be adaptive now. This is like a new world for me. Oh, nifty. Look at that. Okay, it moved. Oh, adjustable, yes. I don't know what these things do. They're telescopic. Okay, let's open up the other pieces, maybe. A user manual. Oh, that's what that is, if that's interesting to you. Can you say? If anybody ever does watch this and wants like a link to it, groovy, happy to do that. I don't know, I'm still sort of in a state of shock of like, I'm gonna be talking to myself, and I've just decided to be cool with that. As my husband pointed out this morning, he's like, you were talking a lot last night. You talked my ear off. So I guess maybe I needed another platform to do that on, so I don't exhaust his brain. Okay. He's actually very good at listening to me, and I do talk a lot. But I also feel like I'm not a bad listener. I hope I am, because if you're a therapist who can't listen, what are you doing? Okay, so there's this little grippy thing. Oh, it's got a little, I don't know, it looks like it's meant to rotate. I'm doing this one-handed. And this hand, by the way, is gonna have surgery in a matter of weeks, because I've got like 2 trigger finger and a carpal tunnel release to do. That's actually part of, and I didn't get that from typing or something interesting. That's just my autoimmune diseases deciding to be weird and do a thing. But now that I'm kind of stabilized, the orthopedic surgeon can go ahead and fix that. I had my last hand done a few years ago. Ooh, okay. Sorry, plastic and box noises just for a minute. It's a ring of power. Okay. It's LED, which I dig. Fluorescent is dumb. Fluorescent disposal, environment, all that stuff is awful. And as a personal issue with fluorescent lights, like I said, having lupus, I'm actually extremely photosensitive. As far as UV and fluorescence make me sick. Brings on the sick, like it's bad. So, always about the LED. I like that this, I don't know why this is turning into a product review or an unboxing, or I don't know. I don't usually watch those things too much, but this has got cool light, natural light, warm light. I appreciate that. And why, again, for why is I'm really particular about not liking bright light. As soon as my husband and my kids left, I turned off every single light in here. You know, again, it's a photosensitive, but also I have Sjogren's syndrome, which is an autoimmune disease that impacts my eyes and can cause a lot of dryness, irritation. And light sensitivity. So bright lights and stuff just really mess with giving me headaches, ability to see. It was weird. I went to the I'm supposed to go to eye doctor every year annually. For when you take hydroxychloroquine, you need annual checks to make sure that you aren't having, it's a very rare side effect, but preventative medicine I'm here for. We can do something about those things. That's a soapbox for another day. But I really like doing these preventative medicine things, like I said. And when I was there last time, I was really concerned. I was like, oh my gosh, my prescription must be like totally different now, because we're doing the eye exam part where we're doing like read the lines, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't see anything. And you know, all the other exams were really good. And ironically, for how much stuff I have wrong with me, I've actually always had pretty unimpressively low prescription strength of glasses. And in the last few years, I had an optometrist tell me, oh my gosh, like your eyes have, other than having these issues, have not aged at all. Your prescription hasn't changed in 7 years. I'll take the win. Thank you. So I don't actually have to wear corrective lenses. So I was starting to freak out. Are my eyes totally different now? And then the, oh, somebody will know, but I don't know her exact title. She's doing the exam part, not the exam like looky-loo that the doctor does, but like reading the charts and giving me the drops and all of that, right? I watch vet shows all the time, so I'm like the vet tech, the nurse. No, this is a people thing. So I was going, oh my gosh, I can't see. Oh my God, I've never been able to not see all this. And she saw me like squinting the light. They know my diagnosis, obviously. So she gives me these glasses. Y'all ever seen these, like, you know, the shades, they're plastic, but they have no actual lens in them. They're meant to be like, I don't know, looking kind of fly or costumey. I don't know. I'm very uncool like that. But anyway, plastic, and they have like lines on them. I think these had circles. I can't remember, but basically it's like what that does is diffuse. Instead of changing the lighting, it brings it to your eye and changes like how much light is going into your eye. I'm probably not explaining this very sciencey. Part of that is intentional, and part of that is for my inability. So anyway, she puts these on, and it was like a pair of glasses. All of a sudden, I was like, wow, I can read. And she goes, yeah, that's gonna be, you know, one or both of those autoimmune diseases you have. And so it actually was really relieving. But I literally need sunglasses to drive in the day. It's like a huge thing for me. And I all over the house. So when people are like, oh, bring in the natural light and stuff, I'm like, no. So anyway, vampire here, really, my kids think it's cool that all the photosensitivity, because yeah, I do kind of dig vampires. I would totally be willing to be turned. Anyway, this thing, and then, oh, I see where it goes. So see this little bit right here? It attaches there. Ta-da! Okay, let's see. I really like buttons that make sense. I don't like lots of remotes. My husband tries really hard to find remotes that are not too complicated for my lack of gifts relating to technology. It's fine. You don't need to make me feel better about it. We're not going to be great at everything. Just, you know, this is what it is. I've told him, you better train our kids well, because if anything happens to you, like, they're next up in line to help, right? I'm too old to start dating in the Genius Bar again. Okay, so pretty cool, but can y'all see that? I don't know. Boop, boop. Button stuff. Again, I'll have to read the things to see how it all goes. And then this bit again will clamp on. Oh, maybe it clamps on there. Nope. I do actually have a fairly good grasp of like how construction-y stuff works. Again, like we DIY a lot of our reno projects. But so I do understand some of that. But anyway, this is a cool thing. I'm really hoping to chat more with people. But I will totally take myself for now. I am enough, and so are you. Okay, talk to y'all later. Be well.